Hey guys, Jeff Ford, CTF coach in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, coming at you for a breakdown on how to plan out your fire endurance program. For those of you guys who don't know, we have regular strength and conditioning classes here at Conviction Training. What we do in those regular classes are functional movements, barbell movements, gymnastics, you name it. These classes allow individuals from any sport to benefit from our program. So we build folks from the ground up, focusing on strength and then adding smart conditioning through a lot of high intensity intervals and just in a way that it makes sense week to week. We just started up a program for training towards the Savannah Rock and Roll Marathon. This video is to kind of show you guys how our athletes operate our program. Typical week, you're looking at literally about 8 to 9 hours of training. That's it. The mileage is really, really low on these endurance athletes. But what we do is Mondays and Fridays in our regular strength and conditioning classes are back squat and typically a deadlift here. So we're working the posterior chain, getting the hamstrings, glutes, everything strong for our runners. So we advise our athletes to attend the full class, doing the strength and the conditioning components there. On Tuesday and Thursdays, we have them just utilize the regular classes for the conditioning aspects because we want to keep volume low. So this still gives them a short duration type metabolic conditioning that will then impact their stamina for that longer duration event. Here's where a lot of people do things differently. They find it hard to combine strength and conditioning with a traditional marathon training program. In our marathon training program, typically volume is less than 20 miles a week. And we do that for a reason because when we build the athlete up from a strength perspective, they are a lot more durable for the event and they're a lot more powerful so they can keep contracting and pulling those legs the way they need to over the course of a half marathon or marathon distance. So these 4 regular classes are key, and then we have 3 sport-specific interval classes for their running. On the weekend, we take it out to a stamina. So typically, something short duration here, intervals, less than 60-second intervals are very good at times, and then something in the ballpark of 3 minutes or maybe a little bit higher on these intervals. Volume is usually less than 20 minutes, and we always do 30 minutes of skills and drills and warm-up to get these folks in a better position. We train technique first, we train strength first, and we do that because we find our athletes have a heck of a ton less injury throughout this training program. On Saturdays, typically a stamina effort, less than 90 minutes. In most marathon training programs, unless the athlete needs to go out for their head or to test nutrition, we're going to keep their longest run to less than 90 minutes, sometimes right at 2 hours. All of this depends on the athlete. So all of our classes, whether it's our regular classes or our sport-specific marathon training programs, we have levels, and that's how we can progress folks at the rate they need to progress. If someone's technique is horrible, the recommendation is not to go for the big half marathon or the marathon. It's to dial in those small things first so then they can take 3 steps forward down the line. Obviously, these last 2 days you see Wednesday and Sunday, rest, active rest. This is where all the good stuff happens. Folks overtrain like crazy. Overtraining isn't the right word. It's more under recovery is what always happens with any type of athlete. You name the sport, if their times are getting slower or they're not getting as strong as they should be, then they're typically under recovering. That's it for a breakdown on how to utilize our regular program. If you want more information, check out our resources section at convictiontraining.com, and we hope to have you in one of our awesome programs real soon.